I'll play a bit of the interview I did with Sam Tripoli. It is up. You can get it on his Subscribe Star. Don't use Patreon. You can get it on Sam's Subscribe Star. You can also get the whole thing on A&C Report, if you're a member. It is up there right now. Also, there's the link to share, to put in your Discord, Grams, VK, and so on. Let me share mine real fast. We're talking about Jizz Lane. Name's Glenn, but I never say that. I always call her Jizz Lane, or Ghislaine. Yeah, just lagged, exactly. She's in trouble. Apparently, she was pretty active on Reddit. According to some sources, at least, there was a very active post that got all this karma, whatever, active for like 14 years, and then when she got arrested, it suddenly stopped, right? So now people can dig through those posts. She was very pro Epstein and would censor information on them. So apparently, Glenn was a Reddit whiz kid. No more. She's behind bars. She's in New York, which makes me. She's been cited as suicidal and on suicide watch already. I mean, here we go. They're prepping. I haven't heard any chatter from my mob channels about a hit put on her yet, but she's supposed to appear in court on Friday. By the way, Friday night I'll be on the Scott Horton show. She's supposed to be in court then. She probably will not appear. She doesn't want to face her victims, you know. She'll probably appear through teleprompter, because of the virus, whatever. Anyway, I'm letting people trickle in. Shekel chat if you need to or want to ask a question. There's a link in the sidebar. And without further ado, I'm going to play a little bit of Sam Tripoli. Maybe I'll play the whole thing. I don't know. They were 15 minutes late, so I went on to other things. And then during the second hour, they called me on Zoom. So I got on for about 45 minutes. And that's up on Tinfoil Hat Subscribe Star, and it's also on ancreport.com. And I'm going to play a bit for you now. Know that this was right after she got arrested, so this was a few days ago. Here you go. Have fun.
For names now. I think they look for names.
Yeah,
keywords.
Yeah, don't say it.
I'm going to say, please welcome Rai from Tokyo.
There you go.
How are you?
Not bad, man. Long time no see. It's really good news. Really bad personal news for me, but really good news for the world. I got oven from Patreon, so I'm a Patreon refugee now.
Have you ever tried Subscribe Star?
Not available in Japan. Yep.
I'm not getting it.
Yep.
Is there a way to set it up here and then you could grab the money there and upload here and then go over there?
There's probably a way to do that. Just somebody with an address in the U.S. and a bank in the U.S. and all that jazz and set it up. But I think I'll be all right doing it through my website. So
people been offering to build me a paywall, and I've been thinking pretty hard about it.
Dude, Alex Jones runs it. He does everything through his website.
By the way, did you guys hear that?
Nice.
We got a shout out by Bishop Larry Gators on Alex Jones. So when he says he really loves us, he really loves us.
Twice.
He's not just using us.
He dropped it early and later in the show.
I just want him to say, Brother Alex Jones. So, Ryan, thanks for joining
me.
Well, Ryan, you like to do your own thing. You're your own Ronin, brother. You do it your own way and your own style, and it is what it is. And that is the path that you have chosen. No teams. See, I'm hearing like a okay.
I'm cool with cooperating with people. It's just old Melonhead and I don't see eye to eye on a lot of stuff. I don't blame Clockwork Elves and interdimensional Nazis on DMT, whatever. I actually talk about real people and names. So,
no teams, no lords, no masters. Here we go. We're having here we go. Let's see if we can stop it.
If you want a paywall, I got.
How are you, brother?
In Osaka, but close enough.
Hey, you know, good. To Americans, it's all China. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, it's true.
So welcome. So we had talked earlier. Your Patreon got taken down.
Mm-hmm.
Sucks, man. It sucks because they just are trying to silence what you said. I just had a video taken down from BoobTube. That's gone. The Russian video. So basically, it's even if you have somebody on to disagree with them,
I know.
you can't even discuss it. Because Johnny, like, what did we agree with him? And I would put the video somewhere else. I'd have him on again. I enjoyed talking to him. I'm not just here to talk to people I agree with, but we disagree with him with a lot of shit.
Yeah, we
Vegas,
almost everything. I mean, well, yeah. I mean, he thinks this whole Epstein thing is all a hoax too.
Yeah,
that's all. He thinks everything's a hoax. I'm fine with that. Yeah. If you can't talk with people you disagree with, then you're no better than these politicians and the people running the world at the top. They're assholes.
Imagine if
dialogue, not deplatforming.
Yeah.
You're not going to change anyone's mind by just saying you're gone, mic drop.
No, you actually empower people when you do that. You actually go, oh, why should I watch this? But why are they getting rid of him? Oh, he must be saying something dangerous. And then you go check it out and you're like, honestly, it's not that bad. He's actually making sense. And then you start actually allowing people to kind of grow like this legend. It's just...
One time I went on a stream and I argued for 4 hours with a whole bunch of different white nationalists and all their call-in. And by the end of it, I think I captured about a third of their audience. It's like, you know what? That makes what Rice said made a lot of sense. I hadn't thought about it like that. Yeah, all you have to do is talk people out of their opinions. Give them better evidence, and they'll change their minds. Some of them will.
If you disagree with somebody, you should be able to have the debate. And if you believe, you believe, and you have real confidence in what you're saying, you should be able to talk about anything. If what you're saying is so right, it should be able to hold up against criticism. When you stop the discussion, there's something there you don't want people to look at.
They make things taboo, and that actually makes people assume that, oh, maybe there's something to there. When you have a topic, and I won't example, but everybody will know what I'm talking about, where straying from officialdom will get you put in jail, that adds doubt rather than clarity, right? Because if you make it so that another side isn't even allowed to say what it's, then people are going to assume, oh, you're censoring this because you have no argument, even if you do have an argument. That's why it's really to not allow disagreement. But it's getting, the woke culture is getting like that on a lot of different topics, whether it's historical events or global warming or conspiracy theories or whatever. You just aren't allowed to disagree with them. But I'm telling people, if you don't have dialogue on things, you're not changing anybody's mind. You're making them assume, well, I have to be right because they're scared to talk to me. That's what they think. And
eventually it catches up with them because, real dialogue, real truth. And on top of that, humans are flawed. And people make mistakes. And it's very easy to go after people you don't like. And everybody witch hunt until you're the witch. And then all of a sudden you're running around blaming everybody for your problems, man. It's like people make mistakes. And we'll get into that because I want to talk about the end of that. But I really wanted to have you on to talk about...
I'm saying one thing before we get into the Epstein stuff. I will say that this is what happened when nobody was allowed to defend the toppling of Confederacy. For example, no one could give a nuanced view of the Civil War without being just like, shut up, racist, or whatever. And so because it didn't stop there, the front line just kept moving until the founding fathers, Christopher Columbus, as any statue of anything is now being ruined, and not just in the United States, across the world. That's why you should have, even if you weren't going to do it, you should have allowed other people to speak up without just lambasting them and just in a dismissive, oh, if you're defending Robert E. Lee, then you're pro-slavery and a racist, or blah, blah. I mean, that's such a retarded position, but that's exactly what happened. And so now we have Jefferson, who ended the transatlantic slave trade, his statue being toppled. I'm waiting for Antifa to say, let's burn the Constitution and the Bill of Rights because they were both written by slave owners. You know, it's getting so ridiculous, and it's because no dialogue is allowed. And it's sort of that old adage, you know, first they came for X and no one said anything. Then they came for Y, and then it's too late, right? So let people stand up for themselves without yelling Nazi and throwing the microphone out the window.
Well, because what people don't realize, they don't investigate what they're getting themselves into. We just did a whole thing on BLM and the Marxism and what their actual mission statement is. And they don't listen. They just march blindly, okay?